Hello guys, it's William from YouTube, and today's episode we're going to talk about Donald Trump's failures for the last 4 months as President of the United States of America. In my previous video I did his accomplishments the last 4 years as the President of the United States of America, and in this video I'm going to talk about the failures while he was being the President. The number one, the biggest one would be, as a result, we have a lot of riots in America, is not condemning the white nationalist and neo-Nazi group. He's almost made them feel comfortable to express their views. They've asked him repeated times to identify these hate groups. He identified some of them, but he did not condemn all of them. And you can hear a lot of them when they hear the chants, lock them up, send them back. Whenever you hear these type of he lets these chants carry on while he does his speech, but he does not condemn them. So it's almost like he is supporting these nationalist racist group. And you can see this a lot of the mass riots when they had the different killings by police officers. He didn't really make a reach out to any of the black community. He didn't try to address it, he tried to ignore it, and at best he would get up in front of a Catholic church and hold up a Bible, which before he could get to that church he had to spray down the protesters with gas and water. And also the next thing is just judging around the world with his pro-American policies, like renegotiating NAFTA, and how he's really spoken to the world in general, cozying up with dictators and not cozying up with allies. Dictators like Putin, Kim Jong-un, they really found this as, not trying to be friends with allies, but really trying to be friends with dictators. Also, his negative views on Islam and Muslims, which is, he called it people call it the Muslim ban, where he picked up a majority of countries, 6-7 of them, which are mostly inhabited by Muslims, and put a ban on them and put restrictions on them, which they found is an attack on Islam. And also when he killed the ISIS and withdraw troops from Afghanistan and Iran, it was almost like a vacuum for warlords to come back in when he ordered American troops to no longer provide support for these Arab countries trying to rebuild. The next thing is also, a lot of people with his comments and Twitter tweets and all those, you can see that's a lot of negative views on Muslims, Black, Latinos, especially the women, also Asians. He picked on a lot of words like China flu and Kung flu and those type of words that he used during his speeches. Really found that he's alienated himself a lot from different sects of the country. Next biggest thing was ICE, and really pushing on ICE. A lot of people did videos on ICE of watching their family being torn apart. They're out there trying to take illegal immigrants right out of the country, separating families, putting them in cages that Obama built, but he is exercising his power, and all of this just gave a negative view. Also, he withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal. And when he did that, other countries also withdrew. It almost makes it look like the place is getting a little more dangerous now that people are withdrawing from diplomacy and not using nuclear warhead. And then when he withdrew troops from Afghanistan and Syria, he commented that these were endless wars and Americans really do not need to be meddling in these type of wars because there really is no winners. And I say it's kind of true, because these wars that have been happening in the Middle East have been going on for a long time. So Donald Trump does have a problem there. But the issue is that they really want the American support to stay there, so then it doesn't provide an opening for other people to come in and start terrorist groups and once again send American troops over there to calm those flames down. Also, he did nothing to improve Obamacare. He kept commenting on Obamacare and criticizing Obamacare, but he never did nothing to Obamacare to improve upon it. So that was one of the issues. One of the policies that he was pushing on is that we wanted to improve Obamacare, but he never even touched that whole policy in the last 4 years. Especially now with the whole COVID flu and everybody wants to be able to get access to the vaccine and healthcare is really in the forefront. Donald Trump has really been quiet on Obamacare and providing healthcare for the country. The next thing is COVID-19 and how he handled COVID-19 and tried to downplay COVID-19 and its effect was a complete disaster. The death rate is in the hundreds of thousands. Some people have compared it to be worse than the last couple of wars that the death rate is higher than the last couple of wars that America has been in. They were slow to intervention. He still never believed about how dangerous is COVID flu. He never wore a mask in his interviews. He just really downplayed by it while the rest of America is dying and suffering from the effects of this COVID flu. The next thing, anyway guys, is Willie from YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.